Area of a triangle. To find the area of a triangle, what we're looking for is trying to find all of the area inside the triangle. Well, remember that we have a star reference chart. On that star reference chart, we have a long list of area formulas for different things. So as soon as I see that I have a triangle and I know that I'm trying to find the area, I'm going to go to my star reference, look under my section area, and I see my triangle. There are two formulas. Both the formulas work the same way with one difference. The first one is A equals BH over 2. Simply put, area equals base times height divided by 2. So let's look at an example of how to use that formula when we are given a triangle. When we have our triangle, we are looking for our base and our height. Our base and our height are going to run perpendicular to each other at a 90-degree angle. Well, notice I don't have any 90-degree angles. The height goes from the bottom to the top in a straight line. So usually when you have a triangle that looks like this, we would see a dotted line that represents the height, and because that's a straight line, you have that perpendicular or that 90-degree angle. So let's say that the base is 8 centimeters and the height is 6 centimeters. All we have to do is plug this into our formula. The formula is there to guide you through each step. I'm looking left to right and plugging in what I have and leaving what I don't. I do not have my area yet, so I'm going to rewrite the A. My base is the bottom right here at 8. I know that because it runs at a right angle with my height. Height is 6. I'm looking for that line that runs straight up and down. We do not want this slanted. And don't forget to put it over 2. Remember that we are looking for side by side means you multiply, so again I'm going to go through each step. I still do not have area. Side by side I multiply. 8 times 6 is 48. Don't forget to bring down your divide by 2. I still do not have my area. 48 divided by 2 is 24. Now I'm left with just A equals. I know that's my area. Remember that we want to pull our unit of measure. We were in centimeters, so it's 24 centimeters, and to show its area, it's squared. The other formula that they gave us was A equals 1/2 BH. The reason why the two formulas end up the same is because divided by 2 and times 1/2 are basically the same thing. So let's look at this second triangle and input our numbers and see how we can do that. Notice this triangle is a little bit different. It already has that 90-degree. So I do not have a dotted line showing a height outside of my triangle edges. So I can just go ahead and pull. Let's put these as inches. Again, left to right, just fill in what you already have. I do not have my area yet. I have not used my half yet, so I'm going to leave that alone. My base, 6. My height is my straight line going from bottom to top, is 4. Again, left to right, I still do not have my area. I still have not used my half. Side by side, I want to multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. I still don't know my area. Now I'm looking for what is half of 24. Half of 24 is 12. Now that I'm at the point where I have area equals in just one number, I know that is my area. Make sure you put in your unit of measure. To show area, we put squared. So let's look at an example that we did in class. And And we may see this on an assignment where they give us a triangle with no numbers. It does not tell us in the question what our measurement is. It gives us the little tiny squares. Well, some of us, we try to add up all those squares and we're off on our numbers, because you have to notice the squares are not whole in the entire triangle. Some are half, some just have a little piece cut off, some have most of the piece cut off. The best way to find the area of this triangle is to still use the formula. I'm going to use the formula that was A equals 1/2 BH. Okay, so the question is, where do I find the B and where do I find the H? Well, the B is the base, H is the height. So here is my right angle. So I can use, this is the base, this is the height, because this is running up and down. Well, I need to look at how many squares my base is. So I'm just going to loop 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes up 4 squares to go end to end. For my height, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count 5 squares to get from top to bottom. Now I can simply input them into my formula. Left to right, I do not know my area, so I'm going to rewrite the A. I have not used my half. Do I have a base? Yes, it is 4. Do I have a height? Yes, it is 5. Again, left to right, I still don't know area. I have not used half. 4 times 5 is 20. A equals, well, what's half of 20? Half of 20 is 10. And these are in square units, since they didn't tell us if it was inches, centimeters, or what units specifically. So my answer here would be 10. If we are looking at a triangle like 3, some of these pictures are very deceiving to the eye, because as the picture looks, I see slanted, slanted, and straight. But one thing that our formula tells us is we need a height. Height runs from top to bottom, bottom to top, and it's a straight line. I don't have a straight line. Well, if I were to look at my picture carefully, there's a box right here that shows this is a 90-degree angle. If you turn your picture, you can actually see that 90-degree angle. So looks are a little bit deceiving when we're looking at it from the other way. So I'm just going to turn it around. Now I see I have a right angle. So because I have a right angle, my height is going from bottom to top. So my height is going to be 36 feet, while my base is at the bottom at 15 feet. They need to share that right angle. That's why I can't use the 39 as a base, is because the 39 does not make a right angle with the height. Here I have an acute, here I have an acute. So we're going to leave the 39 alone. We would only use that at this point for perimeter. So I'll show you the other formula again. A equals base times height divided by 2. We'll just input our numbers. Area equals base is 15, height is 36, and don't forget to divide it by 2. So at this point we would need to multiply side by side 15 times 36. 15 times 36 is 540. Don't forget to divide by 2. 540 divided by 2 is 270. So the area of this triangle would be 270 feet squared. Okay, so let's have you try one. It's a little hard on the computer to see because it's the squares, but try your best. Go ahead and pause the video, try it on your own, and come back and check with me. Okay, so you should have checked, tried it on your own. You could have used either formula. So I'm going to use the A equals half BH. Remember, this one is just like the first one we talked about. We don't have base and height written out for us. We have to find it. So I'm looking for that 90-degree angle. This one's a little tricky even more because I don't have a 90 degree. Well, remember, looks can be deceiving, so if we turn it around, no 90, no 90, no 90. So we don't have a 90-degree angle here. I do have a base though, so we can figure out our base. 1, 2, 3, 4. My base is 4. If I want to find a height, I need to go from bottom to top. Well, here's my bottom of my triangle. Here's the top. So sometimes we have to kind of look outside and look for our height here. So my height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wouldn't want to count these extra squares as my base because my base of my triangle is only 4. I just had to get out here to find a straight line to find how tall my triangle is. Now I can input my numbers. I don't know the area. I have not used the half. My base is 4. Height is 6. I still don't know area. I still haven't used the half. 4 times 6 is 24. A equals, well, what's half of 24? Half of 24 is 12. They did not give us centimeters or inches, so it is simply square units. Okay, let's try one more on your own. This one, obviously you can't measure on the computer, so we'll measure it. This one we actually have to take our star chart. So this is 9 centimeters base. Remember, height can't be slanted, so I've got to use this dotted line to find height. Put your ruler right on the tip to the bottom. So this is 4 centimeters. Okay, now that you have your numbers, go ahead and pause the video. Come back and check with me after you're done. Okay, so you should be checking with me. You should already have an answer. We're going to use the formula A equals base times height over 2. You could have used the other one. Both will come out with the same answer. Move left to right. I don't know my area. My base is 9. Height is 4 divided by 2. Area equals, well, 9 times 4 is 36 divided by 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Now that I have an A equals 18, that means that is my area. My unit of measure is centimeters. I show area with squared. My answer was 18 centimeters.